It's time. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? I am tired, but I'm here. Hope everything is working properly. Don't know why the waiting screen looked like it was frozen. God. I probably should watch a tutorial or two, double check on how to keep all my stream stuff together. Anyway, again, can't tell. Got a few people in here. Yeah, so, hey, Dynazenon yesterday, episode 9. Had some pretty interesting stuff happen in it. Definitely a much more human and heartfelt episode. Really enjoyed it a lot. And then ended with something crazy spectacular. Very tokusatsu, very mecha, very over the top. And probably going to cost a lot of extra money that I don't have later down the line, because I'm going to have to buy that stuff too now. If it wasn't bad enough, I was already planning on trying to get the Dynazenon model, not the model, the multi-kit, the whoever makes a good smile, whatever the group, Max Factory. I don't remember the names of half of these toy figure companies. But I was slightly, whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself. God, it was a good episode. That's all I gotta say. It's been a good episode. We should probably get into it. Nate Fire, see you there. I appreciate that too. I'm happy they enjoy my streams enough. Andreas, this is a good time for Stream Bryce. I'd like it if you can keep this. Good time. Okay, well, I would like to try to keep this schedule if I can. Maybe 8 o'clock on Saturday nights. It's good for me too. I don't like to try to do too late either. I also know, unfortunately, that there's several other people in the community that I've noticed that do streams like 9 o'clock and later on Saturdays. And I just don't like to compete. I know there's other people who have more like established stream schedules. So like if there were some people who might want to join here, I don't know if they might like go over to someone else's or whatever. It's like I'd rather try to keep things from coinciding with each other. Good Smile made the figure. Okay, I know that there's I feel like Good Smile. I couldn't remember if Good Smile is like the bigger parent company or something, but I think from what I'm seeing from their post about the extra stuff that it's like it looks like they're gonna sell the other two things together, which I really appreciate because at first when I looked at the image, I thought they were trying to say, oh, here's the box set for everything. And I'm like, guys, like, I already kind of have a pre-order. Do I have to cancel that now? But I think they're going to sell the two other things together to form the bigger thing. They gave the Fusion, whose name I forgot, a cape. All he's missing is Starscream's crown. You know, now that you say that, it kind of does give off a little bit of a Starscream vibe. This episode came out the same day the dub for Gridman was taken down from YouTube. Wait, what? The dub for Gridman? I'm not sure. Also, hey JF, thanks for dropping in. Wait, they took down Samurai Cyber Squad off of YouTube? Or are you saying, or did you mean like the actual sub for Gridman, like from Tokusatsu's channel or something? Because I know that they've been putting up Gridman, the original series, subbed on their on the official like Subaraya channel, like on a weekly basis or whatever. But I wasn't sure. SSSS Gridman. Oh, they had the dub for up on YouTube. I didn't know that. Okay, well, I hope that doesn't mean the copyright bots are out in force again, and I have to worry about my 2-part, extremely long, excruciating review. Because I know sometimes like stuff like that will trigger that stuff once in a while. A YouTube channel I was watching got the dub taken down from the anime. Okay. Well, does kind of suck. Again, I gave up on figure collecting after they revealed the $500 model kit for Victory Leah. Oh, God. Like, I'm selective. I'm very selective. I'm not buying every single thing they put out. Gridman, the Gridman franchise, though, which it's kind of cool that I can finally say a franchise instead of just the one show. That's just kind of like my stake there, you know, like and again, I'm not trying to buy like everything that they put out, but I have bought quite a few things, and it's one of those series that I want to get. I want to have at least something from every show. You know, I've got the Figma Grid Knight and Figma Gridman from SSSS, and I got a couple of the Nendroids, and I have the Akane Deluxe figure Figma, and not all the Kaiju that like Good Smile put out. I had wanted to get the Nanashi set before because a couple people put those out, but I was kind of hoping that they were going to make the same vinyl ones with that, and then I just never got those too. So, but Dynazenon, I haven't really seen a lot put out that I've wanted, except for the main thing. You know, like I never got the full powered Gridman because I was never 100% on any of the combo sets that they put out. Some of them looked a little janky to me, but Dynazenon, like, I know they just announced like a model kit for Dynazenon, but like the figure that they have, the combining figure, it looks really good. Like all the stuff on it looks like, you know, it's probably still going to be a little, you know, this stuff is never 100% perfect, but like the legs with the little like timer, like missile silo things to go like a bunch of stuff on it looks really good, and they did a really good job with that commercial where they did like the stop motion, having all the vehicles combined and everything. I'm like, man, I'm sold. I can't. I'm gonna have to get it. I'm definitely gonna have to get it. But now that they did the thing, I'm gonna have to get that too. Probably, yeah. I just wish they would put out more Kaiju from either of the series. Like, I really hate the fact that they just put out the first 3 Kaiju from the first season and then just stopped. It's not the Gridman Alliance channel that got taken down, in case you're wondering. Okay, I didn't even know. I don't know. I didn't know like how many channels have that stuff up for it. I just like kind of watch the stuff off of like Funimation and everything. And then I get videos from it redacted. I won't say any more about that. I just have the Akane Sega prize figure. Dynazenon has much cooler mecha kits. I'm not exactly sure what which one Sega prize figure is. Especially when you say Akane or Rika, because they both have like 3 dozen figures, and yeah. I also saw that Dynazenon, they're putting out like the controller, like a little model kit for like inside the mechs, and I'm also tempted on that one too. So anyway, that's enough me talking about how much I wish I had like an extra $1,000. Let us get into the stream. Or the important part, or whatever. Let me just... Yeah, you know, I guess that's fine right there, whatever. Just looks off-centered, but whatever. Okay, so this episode, my god, so much happening. Let's see. So, I like how we finally, because I've been saying this, I was really hoping to see more about Chisei, and we finally got more into her, like her psyche, you know, what she's been dealing with. So she seems to have this feeling, it looks like ever since like in school and everything, of being like an outsider, you know, like not being part of the group. You have her just away from everyone here, and I also like the fact that like all of these classmates just look like kind of like dolls or something like that. There's no like distinguishing real features on them or anything. That's just like how she feels. It's just like the group of people, and then she's just over here completely separated from everyone. Japanese content in general seems to be extremely overpriced due to its obscurity. I love Wolf Guy, but I don't want to pay $40 to own a physical copy. No, I get it. Owning, again, like, I pick and choose some of the stuff I get. I had once, like, if they put out more series like Kamen Rider that I've been getting into, I probably wouldn't buy every series of Kamen Rider, probably, depending on what it's priced or stuff like that. You know, it's just picking and choosing. Unfortunately, when it comes to like Godzilla right now, I have basically every movie on Blu-ray or DVD or something, so I need to remember to get Godzilla vs. Kong when I get a chance. I screamed like a banshee. Yeah, trust me, I was shaking by the end. And I'm happy that several things happened in this episode. So yeah, so we got Chisei feeling weird. So this I'm kind of curious about, because I think Chisei, I can't remember if it looked like she was drawing or not. And again, I don't want to play this and anger the copyright bots again. But she obviously has a marking on her arm, and I just don't know if it's supposed to be an actual tattoo or not. But it kind of looks like a butterfly, like, from this half of it. It's because, like, you see down here, like, on her desk, it looks like some type of drawing or something she was doing here. But then she's got the mark there, and I don't know what exactly this is. And again, she always has her arm covered up. But that would also make sense, because I know that's a cultural thing in Japan, about a lot of times, like, I'm trying not to speak out of my ass about this, but I feel like I've heard this from multiple sources that, like, if you have a tattoo, and it might depend too, like, it might not just be anywhere on your body, it might be certain things, but It seems more frowned upon down there, especially since most of the time that means you're part of the Yakuza. But again, I don't know if that's like any tattoo or if it's just certain ones. I know that's one thing about like bathhouses over there. Because then, you strip down and everything, and like Yakuzas are like all tatted up, especially on their backs and stuff. So I don't know if maybe she's got it covered because of that. Or maybe there's more meaning behind the tattoo or this marking. I'm not sure. I think the butterfly tattoo may be a cover-up for some other problem. I really hope she didn't cut over loneliness. Ooh, I never thought about that. She's definitely got baggage going on, so like that could be it. Or again, it could be something else. Like maybe she got involved in a group or something. I don't know. Like I don't know. I was about to say something like, well, it would be weird for a butterfly tattoo to be like a symbol for some group or anything like that. But again, like it could be. Kamen Rider W is getting an anime sequel. I saw that, and I have not seen Kamen Rider W yet. I've seen like Black, Kuga, Agito, and I've seen a little bit of a couple others, and I've started what did I just say? Agito, Kuga, Black. I've started Kabuto recently. I need to get back to watching more of that. I wish it was a dragon on her arm so it could make a reference to the new Mortal Kombat, but Butterfly got nothing. A dragon also could be it could be a little bit of symbolic of the Kaiju as well in this episode. So some guy has a tattoo on his left butt cheek. He's part of the I mean, I know it's supposed to be a thing over yeah, again, like I'm not sure if you've got like an ass tattoo. They're just like, oh my god, he's part of the insidious Yakuza. But again, I don't know enough about that stuff to like make a strong statement on that. I just know that is a thing I have heard multiple times from multiple sources. I wish my headphones would stay together. Okay. So we see that, and then yeah, we see her kind of dreaming of the group, and they've got like the no eye thing going on. Like she feels very not in the group, and then we have the Kaiju core, the seed, and then like the really fast growth. I finally remembered how to go frame by frame. This part was hilarious because like I thought she was waking up. I thought she was still in her dream for a second. But no, this is her Kaiju that finally formed. Her little gold burn, she calls it. And I love the fact that it just has this like size changing ability. And he actually puts everything back when she asks him to. But for real, I already knew, not to mean that guy, but I kind of had a feeling, since it's Chisei's Kaiju, and then it's happening in episode 9 as opposed to like episode 11 or 12 at the very end of the series. And from the fact that, the back of it is kind of just the fucking chest symbol from both Gridman and Grid Knight, I'm like, I think this Kaiju might end up being part of the group, this mech Kaiju thing. It was just a hunch, just a feeling. But it's real. It's just, I think it would have been kind of cool if this Kaiju was a little bit less mechanical at first and looked more draconic, looked more, like some of the other Kaiju they fought. And then at the end, like you could see some bits that kind of look a little off, like, that almost kind of looks like Gridman stuff. And then at the very end, like it started like, turning more into this form or something. Friend of mine went to Japan and couldn't enter the bathhouse because he had a tattoo. Okay, that's what I thought, that they had like rules on stuff like that. Okay. Wait, this is her house? I thought she lived with Bold Cut. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe she just hangs out over there a lot and this is her place. Or it's her room, because I assume that they didn't stay in the same room. Be a little weird. I don't know. Hair down Chisei looks like a rocker. Yeah, actually, she kind of does, especially like she's got like the little black and white armband and everything, got the choker. She looks like she would be like, she could be in a band or definitely would be listening to a lot of rock. That really confused me. Oh no, I don't know which thing you're talking about, Nate Fire, confusing you. Chisei having a mecha kaiju could be a nod to Dynazenon itself being a mecha kaiju. Yeah, I guess I've always felt like Dynazenon itself wasn't really a kaiju, though. Like, Galma and the Kaiju Genesis call it a kaiju because that's like their only point of reference. They've never actually seen a mecha, per se, but I don't know, like, is Dynazenon technically some type of, like, partial kaiju? Like, I don't know, like, maybe they're trying to kind of say that it is, because they've all felt like it was in some way. Sorry. Shouldn't drink too much soda. Chisei having a big... okay, sorry. Reminds me of Death Source from Transformers Victory. She does just hang out with Koyomi. He mentions her visiting. Yeah, that's what I thought. The house really confused me. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So Goldburn, he's pretty adorable. And then we've got classmates. I like Yomogi's like group of friends that he hangs out with. Like they just seem like kind of fun people. Like one of those, like, I wouldn't mind seeing an episode. Like I liked Rika's friends too from the first season as well, and I was happy that we saw them on a pretty regular basis. They seem just like, normal high school friends. They just seem like kind of fun, goofy people to hang out with too. Oh yeah, that's right. They were talking about the festival earlier on. I did kind of forget about that by the end of the show, by the end of this episode. And then, right, Yume was interested in the festival. Yomogi wasn't interested in the festival with his friends, but then when he talks to Yume and she seems interested, he's just like, "Oh yeah, we should totally do the festival." I'm like, okay, all right, well. I'm not going to fault him for that. That's fun thing. I love Goldburn so much. Yeah, he's pretty adorable. Notice how all the other kaiju are sort of mechanical in nature. Maybe that's why they think Dynazenon is kaiju. Yeah, I've very much noticed that with all of the kaiju from this season. They all have a very weird cyber, like, mecha sort of like motif going on with them. They're very different. They're not very different. They're a bit different from the kaiju from the first season. My favorite of Rika's friends was probably Haas. Yes, Haas was cool. I liked her too. The kaiju seed responded to the humans' emotion and wishes, right? Chisei wanted to be part of the Dynazenon group, so that's probably why it turned into a mecha dragon like Dynazenon. I never thought about that. Maybe that is exactly why it did just that. Huh. That's a little like everything coming together, They laid out the groundwork for that and it actually happened in the show. That's a very good point, Androius. I did not think of that. Oh god, Koyomi's room is giving me an anxiety. Yeah, so he's there and that's right. She went to Koyomi talking to him about, like, hey, what if we had like a fun kaiju or whatever that hypothetically was good? And then Galma's just like, we'd have to kill it anyway. And she's just like, oh, okay. And then Goldburn grows like multiple sizes bigger, so she can't put him in her suitcase anymore. And then they go flying, which is really cool. Right until Chisei remembers the middle school that she came from, where she obviously had all of her problems start from earlier and during that dream. And then Goldburn is just like, oh, you hate that place? Let's go there. And she's just like, oh god, no, 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 that's not what I want. And she turns them around. So that was nice. Have to remember how to keep those emotions in check. And then, oh, okay, guys, hold on a second. Sorry. My cat was scratching at the door, and he's probably very lonely right now. Sorry. Oh, well, here he comes. Hopefully he doesn't, like, wreck the entire setup. Hi. I can't see you right now, except for your tail. Okay, no, Orion, please don't do that. Okay. I forgot where I was even at. So, yeah, so her emotions out of check. They get to talk to, or they find the ex-boyfriend of Yume's sister. It's nice. Yes, really, I never noticed that. Transformers. Oh, wait, hold on. The Kaiju see respond. Okay. Fun fact: Haas is based on Soundwave. Yeah, that's right, because they're all based off of the Shattered Glass, right? I think Shattered Glass universe. Okay, so that's her Kaiju. Mask and Blanket is based on classic Soundwave. Oh, okay. Nate Fire, you need to go to Google all Transformers references. This Gridman, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, there's a lot. Her blanket even has Ravage on. Oh, I need to double check that. It's cool how Goldburn responds to her heart, even if it can make things complicated. Yeah, I do like that she has, like, it responds to her that way. Considering how many references are in the show in Gridman, I'm wondering if the Kaiju's color schemes are a reference to something. Oh wait, sorry, Shattered Glass Soundwave. Okay. Yeah, you know what? They could be, but I don't know 100%. Like, that feels like a lot of references in the show. Like, I get it that they were basing, like, some of the character designs off of, but then again, the Kaiju in this series have definitely, yeah, their color schemes have been very, like, neon and bright, so it could be. Let's see. I knew about the Shattered Glass thing. I didn't know Haas was based on Soundwave. Looking at a picture, I'm shocked I never noticed that. Only Yuto was based on a Classics toy. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't 100% on how, like, all of them were based on stuff. I knew that, like, most of them were the Shattered Glass. Alright, then they run into the Kaiju. And this one, I'm a little confused with this one, because it kind of feels like is, I guess, melting the stuff or whatever, but, like, it kind of feels very similar to some of the other powers we've already seen in the season. So and then Glasses decides to take over this one. We've got the X. I heard from old work you looking for me. This conversation was, I really don't like this guy. He really comes off like an asshole. I feel like he got aggravated in, you know, Yume asking him. It's hard to tell. He could be more reserved. He seemed a little distraught thinking about the whole thing with her sister, but there's like another part of me that feels like he just didn't care. And Yume, of course, gets upset at him because she's just like, why didn't you try to save my sister? It's just one of those, like, very emotional, like, she doesn't really have anyone else to vent her frustrations on. And, you know, you've got this guy, and he argues that it wasn't a suicide, she wouldn't do things like that, but, again, well, I mean, it's a double thing. They said that the other people were saying that it was a rumor that it was a suicide, but at the same time, a lot of times when that stuff happens, a lot of people around them say that person would never do... Orion. A lot of times the people around them say that, you know, that person would never do something like that. So, you know, he may not have known. And this is a good shot. Just very... just a very isolated feeling with Yume. Right. So they get the call for another kaiju. And definitely an odd one for Chise, because she's like, wait, I already have a kaiju, so that's weird. This guy is an oddball. I like him too. I don't think there's been a kaiju in the series that I really haven't liked at all. This guy definitely has some very goofy looking vibes. I like the teeth on him. And the nice green, and his big honkin' hand claws too. Let's see what we got here. That makes sense based off. No, he's based on Claffix Cliff Jumper. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are gonna know way more than me on that stuff. Makes sense based off of that. Shattered Glass. Also, speaking of Shattered Glass, rebooting with a new comic series. I can't help but feel like the X is a potential kaiju waiting to happen. Oh god, I wouldn't... it might be. Okay, this scene, I really like this scene. I don't know why, but it's honestly heartbreaking seeing Yume break down. It is. Yeah, I agree. This one really did get more emotional. No, Orion... Please, stop. Need you to not destroy everything in my room. This is probably the most emotional episode in the show. Yeah, so far, definitely. And go either way. Futaba can either not care what happened to Kana, or it cared so much that it scarred him. Yeah, that's true. Are you done, Ryan? Okay. This kaiju looks like it's kind of like a Sentai villain. I could see that. I mean, we've never seen humans get turned into kaiju, so I don't see that happening. Well, I was thinking more, I was thinking more like what he meant was, the emotions that the guy has could possibly form a kaiju for sure from him. The kaiju in this episode gave me the most mecha vibe out of all of them. Yeah, he does look like the way he looks like more like a mechanical creature. And our boy Grid Knight jumping in there. Try to remember how this fight went down. Yeah, Grid Knight at first was like doing pretty good. Oh, that's what his ability was. I forgot. Like that's right. This guy does. Yeah, this guy has like a melting ability, and I think one of the other people had. The one that I'm thinking it reminded me of was the one that kind of like scrunched stuff up. Because the way when he used his ability on like the missiles that Galma fired or whatever, it kind of did like the same effect. I like how Galma kind of just like, it's this part, like, he's also like, where's Yume? And he's like, well, Yume was back there. She was having some problems, but she said she would come. She was definitely coming back. And then, just such a great, just he zaps him in the face, and it's just like, hey, man, this could have been the thumbnail too. Oh well, I think I liked what I used. I don't know if you guys can hear. My cat is just running around into things in here, and he usually doesn't do that. Okay, now he left. All right, great. Now I don't have to worry about him. Yeah, so this part was hilarious. Gamma just basically telling Yomogi, you need to get back there, you need to get her, you're the only one who can do it. Which was funny, because then it leads to Yomogi saying something that Yuta would say, because he said something like along the lines of like, it's only something I can do. And I'm like, oh man, that's like what Yuta like said like 17 times in the show. It was just like, only something I can do. It's like I have to do it because it's only me, only I can do it. Chisei finds Yume talking to her, and I forgot what Yume said that made Chisei a little angry, because I think Yume just felt like she didn't have anything around her, and then Chisei was getting mad because she's like, I'm the one who doesn't have anything, I'm not part of this group, I try to be part of this group, I try to do stuff, but like, I don't, like, what have I got going for me? Goldberg comes down, and of course Yomogi comes in thinking, oh, that's an evil kaiju trying to attack Yume, and just busts the shit out of Goldberg. And this is a nice shot, this is a nice feeling. See, like, stuff like this, like him coming in there and saying, like, I came here to get you, Yume, like, this feels a lot more like touching and earned in the show, because we've already had chemistry with these characters. Whereas, like, if this happened with like Rika and not Utsume, Yuta, like, I mean, technically Yuta did this, what was it, like at the end of the series when he came to get Rika to fight, but you could also kind of say that wasn't Yuta, because I think at that point Gridman had taken over. But it was just like a nice little like heart-to-heart thing. Like, they obviously they care for each other. He cares for her, and I think she's like, basically Chisei tells her, it's like, you've got a guy who would come risking his ass to save you. Like, that's not nothing. You do have people who care about you. And then she drops her sister's little Ankh puzzle, and she kind of falls off the the thing, and I'm like, okay, Chisei, I mean, Yume, so I get it, it's endearing to you, it was from your sister. I'm gonna say this though, all right, it's falling in the water, it ain't gonna break, okay. Now, I know you could say something along the lines of like, well, it might sink to the bottom of the river, maybe they won't see it again. They also have, like, giant mecha kaiju, robot vehicle things. I feel like maybe just let it go and then look for it tomorrow after you beat the kaiju with your friends. One of the guys has a fucking submarine. I get it. It's valuable to her. I just felt like nitpicking right here, especially because this. Anyway, so she almost falls to her death, and Yomogi tries to catch her, and it's Goldburn that saves her, which is great. Because, like, cartoon anime physics, you could say that she would have survived the water impact, but I learned from Mythbusters that you go up far enough, and water acts like concrete if you go high enough. So, realistically, she may not have, like, died, but she probably would have broken her legs at least, or whatever part of her hit the water first on impact. So, and this was a nice little scene, because then it's just like Yume and Yomogi both see, like, oh my god, this weird gold guy, he's a friend. He's a friendly kaiju. He didn't try to attack, and he purposefully was being, good and protective. Let's see what I missed. I meant his feeling about Kano making a kaiju. Yeah, we sure Lord Zed didn't create this one. Where's Yume? She was having problems, so I left her behind, but she said she's coming. Galma is the best wingman. Yeah, you what? Chisei really woke Yume up, and it was great to see it help Yomogi and Yume finally get pretty close. Yeah. Oh my god, I want these two to... Yeah, I actually really want to see some, like, by the end of the series, like, an actual something from them. Like, even if it's not, like, a direct kiss or anything like that, but just knowing that they are, in fact, going out or something like that. Rika and Yuta, I really couldn't care. I did not give a shit in the first season. It felt more just like, I think Rika's kind of pretty, whatever. In this one, it does feel like a genuine connection. Are you going to upload the review of episodes 4 and 5? Because if not, you've got the perfect opportunity to make rebuild of review episode 4 and 5. You will not get copyright strike. So, aside from that joke, I don't know. I feel weird not having episodes 4 and 5 for the streams, because I wanted to put them all in a playlist, and I stopped putting them in the playlist because 4 and 5 got copyright struck. I don't know. I've still been debating on it, if I just felt like going through the entire video or not. Dyna Diver looking for the Ankh would have been silly. It would have been silly. But you could have done it, was Yume falling to get her Ankh mirroring what happened to Kano? Only in Kano's case, no one saved her. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be symbolizing all that. Oof. Her bones would have most definitely... Yeah. Maybe not all of them, but a good amount of them. I'll accept a kiss on the cheek, just please, Trigger. Yeah, I think that'd be nice to see something. I think this scene was hilarious too, with Grid Knight while he's powering up his attack, and then it's just like, shit, and he's just sinking right into the fucking cement because of the kaiju power. Then Goldberg comes and grabs him, saves him, and then Chase is just like, Galma, this is a good kaiju, he's here to help. And Koyomi is just like, well, if Chisei says it, it has to be true. And I'm like, that's a lot of confidence, but, and then Galma's just like, okay, I'll believe in them. And then they combine, and they grab Grid Knight. Now, I hate always saying some stuff that I see on Twitter, because, like, I hate when I don't, but I don't like, I'm not ever going to take credit for it, but I saw someone on Twitter make a thing of this, because there's a lot of stuff that they mirror from Dynazenon, from Gridman, the anime, and they were showing Auntie when he pulled Akane out of her kaiju at the end, like out of the depths out to save her. And it's almost like shot for shot, like the same positions, with Dynazenon pulling up Auntie sinking into the cement and everything. So that's kind of like a cool dual shot. There's been so many that people have been showing, like, up on Twitter about, like, even the shot earlier that I've used for the thumbnail, with Chisei, God, why do I keep saying, Yume in the forefront, and then Dyna Soldier in the back, all, like, up close at her, is like a mirrored shot from the opening for the first season, where Akane is staring out of the window, and Gridman comes up and the windows shatter, and it's just like Gridman's face, and then Akane's head turned to look back at him. At JF, which cheek are we talking about? Oh my, Androius, no. Androius doesn't matter. Oh my god, you people. Alright. Everyone knows the left cheek is for love. I like seeing Chisei being next to the Kaiju girl. Yeah, it was nice seeing them both, like, kind of like rooting for everyone on the sides. I'm a little disappointed though Chisei didn't get to like pilot Goldburn like the rest of them did, but like their vehicles and everything. But yeah, so Grid Knight gets pulled up, and then I forgot how this exactly what he said, but they're just like whatever. They do the best fucking shit in the entire fucking show. Oh my god, it's just like, let's combine our powers, and they give us exactly what we've been wanting for a long ass time. Hi Ryan. They disassemble. My cat climbs back onto the don't. I wish I knew what you were thinking. They disassemble, and then they do an amazing combination sequence, and Grid Knight just gets up in there like Gridman back with Dynadragon back in the old show. Except it's even better because, like, not only does he get inside the suit and becomes a suit for him, but then he gets to hold on to the rest of Dyna Soldier turned into the Dragon Cannon, and that just, like, he holds on to it while it's on the shoulder. Goldburn finishes by creating the helmet and, like, chest pieces to, like, finish off the whole combo. And then he just, you know, for the regalness, creates this, like, beautiful light purple starlit, like, fucking cape like a motherfucking boss. I mean, like, god damn it. And then I forgot the whole fucking name, but it's just like one of those, like, over the top anime names that only an anime can pull off, like Grid Dyna Overlord Dragon the sec. I actually don't remember at all the name. I know it was just one of those, like, it's an anime because it's like a 7-part name, and they're saying it just like, yeah, that's a normal name. Everyone's gonna say that. That's not a fucking paragraph. Let's see. Please don't make it sound dirty. Come on. Oh my god. Bryce's new catchphrase. No. Trust me, I say that on the regular. It might as well be a catchphrase for me. I like hearing Ancilos's second's unique laugh again. Oh, yeah. She laughed just like she did, like, back from the first season. Yeah, that Gettai was the best in all Gridman. Love how it looks like King Gridman, but so much cooler. Yes. Like, the fact that he gets a fucking cape. Like, are you kidding me? I was making a nice request about Yume kissing Yomogi, and you guys had to make it sound... Oh, my God. Okay. I wonder if Goldburn was a reference to Deathsworce's pet bird. I forgot the name of who transforms whose chest plate. Considering how many Transformers references they put in this show, it probably is. Actually kind of looks like a nightmare from Code Geass with the glitter cape. It's been a while since I saw Code Geass. I kind of remember some of them have, like, capes. The name is based... Oh, Kaiser Grid Knight. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was. Yeah, I like that. So, Kaiser Grid Knight comes in, and they're just like, what the fuck is that? They all just fuse together. It's okay. You can't beat me. And I'm like, you dumb bitch. Have you ever fucking seen an ant? Are you fucking kidding me? You don't stand a chance. And as per usual, they slam the kaiju around, and then it decides, oh, I'm just going to laser you. And they're like, no. What's actually going to happen is my cat's going to scare me again. And then I'm going to blast you out of existence. Oh, right. Yeah. There was that first blast. And then the Rex Knight Cannon, I think, or whatever. And then, yeah, just a lot of colors and an explosion, and that kaiju was done. And the only thing I gotta say about this, and I've seen some people say this, talk on Twitter, some people talked at me about this. It's like one of those, like, I love this, but, like, where are we gonna go from this, guys? It's episode 9. We still have 3 episodes left. Like, I hope that you still have at least one more thing to pull out, because this feels like the big guns, you know, like, what was it, episode 6, 7, episode 8, from the first season had, the full-powered Gridman for the first time, so, you know, like, they pulled that off, but, like, at the very end, we get to see, like, original Gridman form again, so, you know, they still had something up, like, I'm hoping that there's still something here for the end, you know, they've still got something to pull off, and then the fireworks from the festival blast off behind them to kind of, like, help cap off their victory. Juga almost had beaten them, but it didn't happen. It's like, we'll go in next time, but one of them brings up the fact that, they don't have an unlimited supply of kaiju, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they do realize, like, you know, it's not like kaiju will just keep forming, like, there will be a point where there won't be any more, so that makes me wonder, like, if they're gonna get desperate and they're gonna pull some crazy shit off at the end, in order to try to beat them. We've all got to fight together, we can't win, without everyone, and then Chisei's just like, including me? And they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, Chisei. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Knight and Second come in. It's just like, hey, let's go to the festival, all of us. I think you'll enjoy it. They go to the festival. They missed the festival. They were too late. And then a bunch of them go to get fireworks of their own. Which most of them are just using sparklers, at least right now. Or some kind of sparkler. And then Yume hasn't been there. And then Yomogi's just like, I'll go and see how she's doing. And she came back in, like, the traditional kimono attire that I see in, like, so many anime when they have these, like, festivals. Like, it's one of the things that they bring in. And Yume is looking very cute. She looks very, very nice in the kimono. And I'm pretty sure Yomogi agrees. This is definitely the face of a man who's just like, Yomogi. Like, what? Huh? What? Yeah. Hi, I'm here. It was really nice. It was a really nice way to end the episode. Through the credits, they're all fireworks going off, and Chisei looking at Goldburn, taking pictures, and them all having a good time, you know, including Knight. And I'm like, I love him. I love the fact that even though he looks like he's not having a good time, I bet you somewhere deep inside he's just like, this is actually fun, but I can't show it on my face. And both of them being happy and cute. And yeah, it was a good episode, you know? Had a lot of human connection. And then we got a really fucking awesome, rad, Gutai combination fusion mecha grid knight Kaiser Grid Knight shit at the end. That's going to wreck my wallet when that shit comes out, because I'm going to have to buy that now. Thank you, Trigger. Let's see. The cape just puts everything together. Yes, it does. I wish, as another Transformers reference, they had called him Super God Master Force Gridman. Okay. The beam... Oh, Master Force Grid Knight, yeah. The beam cape has been done previously by Gundam before. You can Google Gundam Tri-Age beam cape and see what it looks like. I feel like I've seen that type of thing done before, for sure, but it's just, like, it definitely feels like one of those, like, extra sort of things. Just, like, it's not just a cape, guys. It's made of, like, fucking energy. You can see through it and shit, you know. I think that's pretty cool. The Gatai puts Gao Gai Gar to shame. Ooh. Its full name is Goofy Kaiser Grid Knight Super Dragon King. Yeah. Juga almost beat them. Sure that it. Yeah, I mean, at first, he was sort of winning. But I feel like I really do feel like once Dynazenon got there, even if they hadn't fused together, they probably could have whooped him just separately as Grid Knight and Dynazenon. Um, so yeah, I just want Khan Digifire to pop in at the end. Hmm. Um, I love the part where Second pushes Auntie to get firework. Oh yeah. I I honestly thought when that was happening, I thought Galma was gonna leave as well, so that it was just gonna be Yume and Yamogi left. But I kind of like the way this happened. She went to get the kimono and everything, and come back. Oh my god, Yume in a kimono, so kawaii. Yes, it is. It is. She's very very cute. Get Tim Curry to reprise his role. I would love to hear that again. Matsuri Yukata are kawaii enough to get an MC. What? Uh oh wait, Yukata, is that like the thing that she put on the never mind. I'm very bad at remembering like Japanese things. This is the best episode ending so far. Chisei pushing Koyomi was also cute. Yes. Yes, this has been the best ending so far, and it's had some of the best stuff so far in the series, I think. Because it's a culmination of things, and seeing like people coming together, and finally seeing like stuff from Chisei, which I was very happy about because she was the one that we really got like nothing on for the most part from the series. Like, I could kind of feel like she felt like she was like a fifth wheel to the group, but it was like actually be able to see that that is exactly how she felt this entire time, was just she really wasn't doing anything, you know, like she took her first opportunity to like be a replacement in case stuff happened. You know, she was like trying to learn Dyna Soldier and maybe how to learn how to pilot other things in case stuff happened, because she wanted to like be helpful and be part of the group. But it's nice that she actually had a contribution, because again, like, as much as I thought the Gridman Alliance was nice and kind of cute, they just didn't do much. Like at the beginning, they at least had the whole thing. Utsume saw what would be like a weakness to Googleus in the first fight, and then Rika quickly typed it into the computer to try to get the message to Yuta and Gridman. But like, basically since that point, they really, you know, except for like one or two small things, they really didn't like do, you know, contribute. But like in this, everyone has to pilot a vehicle, everyone has like a part in the group to play, and if they aren't like in that right mindset, like it can pull the whole group down. So I like that. I like that it is, and it does feel like everyone has equal value in the group, and not some people are just standing on the sidelines. That's one thing I really hate about a lot of different kinds of anime, especially like long running shonen series, where, you know, you get to a point where it's like, well, we've got the main character and that one guy who's kind of his rival who are actually useful, and then everyone else does like jack shit, you know. Her kimono was a Matsuri Yuka. Okay. I thought maybe that's what you meant, but I didn't want to just, you know, make it seem like I don't. Never mind. I didn't want to look like a complete dumbass. Can you play that Gatai sequence just because? Listen, I would really. You're new, Darren Antonio. Hi, how's it going? I would really listen. I'd really love to, but my old one of my old live streams that I was doing episodes 4 and 5 on got copyright struck because I played several sequences in it randomly. So as much as I would like to try, I'm not trying to risk it on this. Sorry. Like I barely played like for a few seconds several clips on that one, and I think like maybe an hour later it got hit with copyright. So I really want to, because it's a really cool sequence, but sorry. Totally off topic, but speaking of Gao Gaigar from King of Braves, I advise you never to watch Brave. X Kaiser is one of the worst shows I've ever had this pleasure of watching. Cool. I will try not to watch that. Andreas, I really hope Galma watching everyone having fun from afar is not a bad foreshadowing. I don't feel like it is. I just feel like it was just all nice stuff. I was waiting for something to happen at the ending, though, like to foreshadow something coming. But it kind of just seems like everyone having a good time. So, I kind of feel like the foreshadowing came from earlier with the Kaiju Geneticists, kind of just saying like, hey, we don't have an unlimited supply of Kaiju. So that makes me worried that they're going to like do something really out there. Because they're like, let's just use the next couple Kaiju and like do some insane shit with them or something. Blah, 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 blah. I would really hope. Okay. Hey, X Kaiser was first of the Brave series. Of course, it's going to be the weakest entry. Okay. Bryce will get copyright strike. Yeah, I know. I hate it. Like, I hate not being able to do that stuff. Like, I'd like to play a couple clips from these episodes, but, I'm going to save that for when I do, like, an actual full-on review of this show. And even then, when I do reviews of, anytime I've, like, done a review or a video on shows like this, I literally will only play clips for, like, maybe 5 seconds uninterrupted before I cut it. Because YouTube is just utter garbage. Even when I did that, like, with my last review for SSSS Gridman, I still had to go back and revise a couple things. Like, I had to just, like, replay a couple clips that didn't get copyrighted in a couple spots just to, like, cover time and everything. Because, like, just the couple things I was trying to use, it just kept getting hit. Usually find the first entry in a franchise is the best. Not always. Sometimes the first is the worst. Fair enough, but even X Guys are really kind of well. Makes sense. That's all right. Yeah, sorry. I again wish I could. For example, the first season of BoJack Horseman is considered by fans the weakest season, since back then the writers were just starting to get their footing. I also do agree with that. A lot of shows, their first seasons are a little bit weaker with stuff. It just depends. It's like it goes back and forth. Also, I think Guyver 2 is way better than Guyver 1. I still haven't seen Guyver 2. I saw Guyver 1 a long time ago. I need to rewatch that anyway. Please give us Kaiju Gatai. I kind of hope that happens. Also been lurking for a while since episode 5. Lol, been enjoying your discussion streams for a while. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that you have. I mean, I knew that there were other people watching, but I just, I know not everyone wants to, like, chat, put a message up in the chat, so I appreciate it. He's Can't Wolf. Oh, you're talking. Oh, okay. X Kaiser isn't that bad. It's just kids mecha fluff. I meant for the eugenicists to force Kaiju to gata. Oh, yeah. I remember. I don't know if it was you or one of the other people who had said that before. No, JF. He was just talking about, like, he thinks. I don't remember if it was TJ who had said this, like, earlier in another streamer or someone else, but we had made the joke about, like, wouldn't it be really cool if, like, several Kaiju did a Gatai sequence, like they came together and, like the heroes, they were like, hey, you guys keep fusing your Kaiju mecha, how about we do the same thing, bitch? And they take 4 Kaiju and just fuse them together into some giant monstrosity chimera, which I'm honestly gonna be slightly disappointed now if that doesn't happen, because that would be, oh god, listen, I am a real sucker for end boss shit. Like, I like stuff to go off the rails sometimes for, like, the last villain. So seeing 4 Kaiju somehow merge together to form some type of, like, unnatural monstrosity that's like skyscrapers tall. I would love that. So I'm going to, of course, be extremely disappointed if that does not happen. Guyver 2 is like the R-rated episode of Power Rangers. In other words, it's pretty good. I think the reason I really hated X Kaiser is I tried to binge it and that formula really got to me. I feel that way. I felt that way with a couple other things I've watched where watching them like back to back just feels, because it's formulaic, it can get to you instead of like watching it. Like watching a show like that every week is very different from watching like 5 or 6 episodes back to back. That was happening to me with Kamen Rider Black RX. After I watched Kamen Rider Black, I tried watching that and I had a bit trouble getting into it, and I've been meaning to go back and like try to finish it, but it really hit me harder about this. Like there was just something about it that just felt a little worse to me than Kamen Rider Black. Exactly, it would be so cool to see them, all of them, go instance domination together. Pacific Rim 2 already gave us a Kaiju Gatai. I mean, yeah, they did, but it's also Pacific Rim 2. So, anyway, I could shit on Pacific Rim 2 for like an entire stream if I wanted to. I don't know. There might be people who actually enjoy it, and I don't mean to do that to you. Love me some Fusion Kaiju. I'd love to see Tri-King or Tyrant for this show. Pacific Rim 2 doesn't get... Yes, thank you, TJ Wolf. But this time, the Kaiju Gatai would be much, much better than Pacific Rim 2. My people. That's the problem with binging episodic shows. The only way to enjoy them is in short bursts. It's very true. If I like some of those shows, it's best just to watch like an episode or two, and then maybe if you're still feeling up for something, maybe watch another show that's like less formulaic. Pacific Rim 2 can be fun if you don't expect much from the other fun kaiju battles. Okay, so I'll say this, Andreas, full off opinion, I really I lowered my expectations for Pacific Rim 2, like way lowered. Like I knew it was not going to be Pacific Rim. I knew, Del Toro wasn't part of it or anything like that, and it had been years, like it'd been longer than it should have been for a sequel to come out for Pacific Rim. So I had a feeling it's not going to be anywhere near the first one. I lowered it. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go in. This is going to be like some type of like kind of big blockbuster-esque movie, and whatever. I still walked out of that movie disappointed, like super disappointed. And then I saw back and forth online so much, I've seen a lot of people now say that they, I've seen several people that I follow and that I talk to on Twitter say that they gave it a chance again, and they enjoyed it. I have not rewatched it. Actually, I don't think I never even bought Pacific Rim 2. I was like, I've bought Blu-rays and stuff just to have, like to own them, of other movies that I thought were okay. Like just because like part of it was like, possible review. I have it on Blu-ray so I can rip it or something like that. But I did not with Pacific Rim 2. It was just really bad for me. And I know it has the big fun battles, but like I didn't even get the fun. It wasn't even fun for me when I was watching them. I want to give it a second chance because it's been a while. It's been a while since I saw the first Pacific Rim, and I should probably give that another shot because my feelings might have changed a little bit on that one too. But that was a hard one for me to get through, and I saw that directly in theaters, and I just thought, man, I could have spent that $10 on something else, like a burger. Speaking of the Brave series, Umbra Knight Unicron. Hello, I haven't seen you in here before. I don't think so. Thanks for dropping in, or at least talking, if you've been lurking. Kaiser Grid Knight's design is possibly a nod to the great Mike Gaines' perfect mode with the giant cannon on his shoulder. I was about to say, like, that doesn't surprise me. The show, I know, is, like, full of, like, mecha references and nods and everything. So, that'd be cool. Maybe if I remember how to spell what the name of that thing is, I could look at that and see. Yeah, but I wish they didn't have to kill characters I liked from the first film, or make my favorite character in the first film of, yeah. I do know that I saw a giant thread from the director of Pacific Rim 2 who said that he had a lot of stuff planned for the movie, including a proper kaiju, not kaiju, a proper Jaeger burial for I've forgotten her name, but the Mako. But that was cut, just like a lot of other things, and it sounded like that movie had a ton of studio interference. That and we got like a direct line from the director to know that it was actually studio interference and not just people not knowing what to do with the script. Again, even if there was a studio interference, doesn't mean that that movie was going to be amazing either. But I'm going to tell you, it probably made that movie suck way harder to me than it might have. It might have been like, if it wasn't for some of that stuff, it might have been like, okay, this was an okay movie. It was kind of fun. Definitely wasn't Pacific Rim 1, but it wasn't like a complete waste of time. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't have to kill characters. Same. Chad Joestar, Amogus. Hi, Chad Joestar. Appreciate the meme message and the meme fucking username. Especially Joestar, I can at least respect that. Kaiju battles can be entertaining, but if the rest of the film is a slog, it doesn't really matter. Yes! Yeah. What's really bad to me is like when the movie and the fights are both just... I always felt Dynazenon looked like he belonged in Brave. I haven't seen anything from the Brave series. I feel like maybe I should. Which would make this the second time either of the SSSS series have referenced might gain. The first being full-powered Gridman's finisher mirroring. Oh, that was that form? That was that robot. That was because I definitely saw that when there was that scandal thing going on with Trigger and the Brave series when they were saying like it's copying the thing, and I'm like, I guess it is. I don't know. I didn't feel like as strongly about that because it's like they still had to draw that thing. It wasn't like they like fucking. I get it. I get some of the stuff like people had the problem with it because it felt like, oh, you didn't even come up with like a special pose for him or whatever. But I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't, whatever. Just rewatch the first one. It's better than the second time, and 2 just gets worse every time. Ooh. I get you, Bryce. I never even bothered to buy any home video if Disney Star Wars sucky trilogy. I only saw the first movie, and the second movie had so much contention going online, I never actually watched it, and then I finally ended up breaking down and watching multiple reviews on the second movie, and honestly, it sounded kind of like The Last Jedi. I might have actually kind of enjoyed that movie. I know that might already put me, like, in firing range from half the internet, because that's how that movie was. Like, half the people hated it. But let me tell you, after hearing about Rise of Skywalker, I feel like no one really enjoys that movie. I don't think any human being can enjoy that. Anyway, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I'm not really going to get into that, but no, whatever. Really hate Pacific Rim Uprising. It's probably one of my least favorite movies of all time. Yeah, I feel you there. Studios ruin a lot of stuff. Fantastic. Fan Force Stick being the biggest example for me. Yeah, that was not a good one. Hey, at least we have the... Yes, we do have the black. God, I was so happy with the black. I was not happy with the only, 7-episode run for the first season, but thankfully season 2 has already been, secured, so we'll be getting more of that anime. Let's see. If you're going to watch anything from Brave, watch J. Decker. It's my personal favorite of the series. Okay. Yes, Pacific Rim the Black is good. That's a proper Pacific Rim story. Uprising be thrown into the trash. It's, I love the biasness in this chat room tonight, on the stream tonight. The Mecha Kaiju from the Black was cool. I don't know if you mean the mecha and the kaiju was cool for the black. When I first saw, what is it called? Atlas Destroyer, I kind of thought it looked a little jank because of the colors. But after watching the series and watching it in action and then realizing that it was like a training, Jaeger. I completely just was like, yeah, I like this. I like this Jaeger. Its color scheme is a bit god awful, but it's also kind of like it has a reason to be. It was like a training Jaeger, so they're like, oh, let's spray paint and color this thing all crazy. It's just a training Jaeger. Yeah. Oh, mecha kaiju. Oh, right. I know what you're talking about now. Sorry, I completely forgot about that part. Apex in the show. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I just appreciate the kaiju battles in Pacific Rim 2 being very clearly depicted in broad daylight, especially after comparing with the kaiju fight in King of the Monsters. Fights are obscured by things. I have a lot that I could say about that, and I understand both sides of those arguments, but I won't get into that right now because I'm getting a bit tired. But no, I understand when you see things in daylight. Kong Skull Island to me was one of the best examples of that. I think they did that very well in that movie. I just didn't feel like they did it as well in Pacific Rim 2, but I understand wanting to be able to see everything clearly. I feel like, though, the worst offender of that, like things in the dark, would be Godzilla 2014. Let me see. I prefer Dagwon and Dagan. I'm assuming you're talking about Brave series or something. The Virgin Uprising versus the Chad the Black. It's very true. Absolutely. Dagarn. Okay. Man, I don't know anything about Brave series whatsoever, so it's like you're speaking a different language there. Anyway, guys, so what we've learned is human connection is fun, is good. Grid Knight fusing with Dynazenon is even more fun and awesome, and also fusing with a tiny gold dragon. And don't jump off of like a bridge top to try to grab a metal puzzle, even if it's very important to you. Probably shouldn't risk your life for that. And that I should probably watch some of the Brave series. Maybe. That's on a long list of shit that I need to get through. I've been trying to watch a lot more tokusatsu, and I haven't been watching enough of that either. I've been watching a lot of anime recently, but... Well, I guess, actually, I would say not a lot of anime. I've been watching several anime. At least King of the Monsters was directed by someone who had passion for what he was doing, even if he was misguided. Oh, boy. I honestly really love King of the Monsters. It's one of my favorite Godzilla movies, actually. Like, up there. Yeah, like, it did have some problems, but I thought that it had a lot of stuff in it. Good stuff. Also, the awesome Apex from Pacific Rim the Black is derived from Uprising. Yeah, no, I know that it was, like, I'll say this. A good thing about Uprising. Uprising had a lot of good ideas in the movie, and I think they had a lot of different things they could have done. I feel the problem was they had a ton of stuff that they came up with, and they were all really cool, and they could have done stuff, like, they could have delved deeper into these ideas and formed the plot around them, but they didn't. They were just, like, a bunch of small things. It was just like, oh, this is kind of cool, and this is kind of cool, and this is kind of cool, but we're not actually going to go in any of those directions. We're going to kind of just, like, you know, like, just, zip right past them. It's like, you know, you're driving to, like, you're on a road trip, and it's like, oh, look at that looks like a fun place. I mean, it's nice to look at from a distance. We're not actually going to stop there. We're just going to keep driving, you know, because our destination is like the biggest ball of twine in America or something, one of those like stops or whatever. Let's see. I just want more Mujina next episode. I would like to see more from the Kaiju Genesis in general, because we gotten a little bit of a taste for some of their personalities, but I'd like to actually know more about them. You know, now I want to cross over between Brave and Dynazenon. That'd be cool. Oh, Gal Gaigar is a must-watch too. Same, love King of the Monsters. Brave and Dynazenon would be, I'm assuming, badass. If there's a tokusatsu movie you should watch Karate Robo Zaborger. it's so stupid, but it's the fun kind of stupid. I enjoy fun stupid, so I might have to like try to remember that one. Been meaning to check that out. I loved King of Monsters too, but I do agree that the human story could have been. Yeah, yeah. Best Ghidorah, hands down. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. I'm a little sad that I never actually got the SH Monster Arts of that Ghidorah. At least I do have the 1991 Ghidorah, but also that was a lot of money and also 2 feet wingspan, and I already have enough trouble trying to find room for stuff. I've only seen up to J Decker so far based on your recommendations. JF, I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. Cool. Well, guys, I'm happy that I'm happy that I have a ton of people in here who know their stuff about mecha, and I'm happy you guys have been enjoying these streams. And I'm really looking forward to, and getting excited for the last 3 episodes. If they're anything like the first season, then this stuff is just gonna ratchet up. Like, this stuff is just gonna go. We're gonna go from like 5 to 55 here. Considering how strong the rest of the show has been, like with character development and stuff, I really hope that it culminates into something with the end. I hope they have a really good plan for the last few episodes. Let me see. I want to know Suzumu's deal. He's the only one that doesn't sleep and feels disconnected from. Yeah, he feels like more like the head of the villains, or feels like the one who would the one to look the one to be worried about. According to Jobby's review of the Ghidorah, it's not really the best size and everything. Yeah, when I saw his review, I forgot about that I was a little happy that I didn't spend the money, because like, especially the paint job on the thing, it was like a dull mustard yellow type of thing. It's like at least the 1991 one, which you can kind of like see like right here in the background because of the gold, how big it is and how gold it is. It's like, it's actually gold looking. And I know a lot of people do stuff with like their figures, but I don't really want to repaint a figure that I would have paid like $200 for, you know? It's just me. Also, you haven't really done stuff like that. I haven't done like a lot with like kits and model kits and stuff like that, especially with painting. So that would suck. Monster Arts 2019 Ghidorah goes for like $400 to $600 nowadays. Yeah, I know. It was one of those. The SH Monster Arts stuff is like very random. Like, you'll get a figure that, even when it's discontinued sometimes, or when it gets really rare, the price does not go up too much. Like, I saw that with a few figures. Like, instead of $60, it was like $90 later or something like that. But then you get some that's like, it was originally like $150, and then like, as soon as the thing goes discontinued, it's now $500. You know, like, I think the Biolante, the original SH Monster Arts Biolante, was like going for like $1,000 at least, if not more. I don't know if it probably still is, from whoever decided to like hoard that in their closet somewhere. I like Spaghetti Ghidorah from the anime trilogy more. I like Spaghetti Ghidorah too from the anime trilogy. It's one of the only things I enjoyed from the anime trilogy. I don't hate the anime trilogy. I think the Ghidorah design in that, and the idea for Ghidorah, was really fun and different. Also, King of the Monsters had a giant claw reference, a true mark of claw. I saw so many people showing that clip from that and King of the Monsters. Androius, you mean Banana Ghidorah? Oh man, the jokes on that Ghidorah though, yeah. The Bandai toy for that Ghidorah was hilarious. It really did look like a fucking bunch of bananas. Anime Ghidorah was like Cloud Galactus. It's a noodle Ghidorah. I've made the joke that it's like Tinsel Ghidorah. I like the idea of anime Ghidorah, but it was kind of dumb. See, this is why I don't collect figures, so I don't go I mean, that's a good idea. Just, you know, save your money for something that matters, maybe. Noodle Ghidorah was so strong that it can be defeated by only defeated by main character plot armor. Oh, hey, Yao, how's it going? SSSS rebounded quick after reportedly selling atrociously in Japan for so long. Okay. It's good to know the animators had a sense of humor when making Ghidorah. Weren't all those fights where Godzilla just stood in place and people talked about it so entertaining? Oh, God. Ooh, yeah. But nowadays, these prices are just so ludicrous, I have to assume it's the uneducated masses that's fueling this inflation. It probably is, yeah. I mean, that's just how the market works with these figures and stuff like that. Just collector's items in general. But it doesn't really help when they go for, like, limited, sales as well. I mean, this is how people are. They just have to collect things. I feel it. I've done it a little bit. I have sold a few things, though, that I never actually unboxed, though, and, anyway, guys, thanks for joining me again on this wonderful Dynazenon stream. To be fair, winning through inaction is an art in and of itself. Yeah. I think it is a win to miss out on a figure that ended up being like garbage or something, or not that great. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. It's been a fun night, and hopefully I will try to shoot next week, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll try to keep this as a slot, and maybe I'll just do that in general, because I would like to make streaming a regular thing after the show. It probably wouldn't be every week, but maybe once or even twice a month after that. I'm not exactly sure what I will stream about after Dynazenon. Probably won't be like, won't be talking about like, I don't know. Could be certain shows or certain topics. Like, I'd like to try to figure out how to do that. Anyway, thank you guys. It's been fun. I'll catch you hopefully next